What's going on, y'all? Bulletproof Blambo back with another video. Biggest and baddest fight channel on YouTube. Your one-stop shop for everything fighting and fitness. And today we are talking about Tom Aspinall, man. Tom Aspinall finally came out just over a month after his heavyweight title defense against Gane, where the whole eye poke situation happened. Faced a lot of criticism. He had a lot of people supporting him. You know, I'm one of the people that kind of called his bluff, kind of called BS on the whole situation. Meaning, I think he took a way out. You may think otherwise, but the real question is, whose side are you on? Are you on the side that believes Tom Aspinall quit because he was getting that ass whooped? Or are you on the side that feels like he was done wrong, he was done greasy? Are you on the side that feels like Gane cheated? That's the real question. We about to find out right now.
Pick 'em up, take 'em to the moon, to the fucking thing. I'm riding through New York, bang, finna go and shoot New Jersey up, bang, tryna take my chain, I ain't going. We gon' come and blow New Jersey up, bang. You want something? Hurry up, try to rob, bitch, we 30'd up, just like volcanoes, bitch, I'm curried up. Cheese in my pockets, velvet up. Hey, I'm a gorilla.
Alright, man, let's get into this reaction. Tom Aspinall's made a video on his YouTube channel, on his Instagram. We're about to check it out right now. Tom Aspinall, how you feeling, man? People want to know. What's the deal?
I mean, he had Tom bloodied up, and Tom didn't want to continue in the fight.
So you're not too happy then on what the president of the organisation is saying towards it?
What do you think?
In the 21st century, a weapon will be invented like no other. Better, stronger, faster, unstoppable. He has only one purpose.
Hello. Welcome back. Seeing as no one's heard from you, the channel's crying out for what's been going on. What's been going on in your exciting life for the last 5 weeks?
Oh, mate, I've been having a lovely time just in and out of hospital, getting all kinds of different tests done on my eyes and speaking to specialists, speaking to surgeons, speaking to doctors. Oh, it's been a fantastic time.
I've asked the community, the Team Aspinall community, to get the questions in, and we've got probably about 10 plus questions, a lot of the same questions obviously, just seeing how you are and what's next. But first of all, of course, how is your eye?
Yeah, the eye, well, both eyes, but especially the right eye.
You know, I just find it so funny. And I know people have been going back and forth on this, man, but it's just like, it gets to a certain point, bro, where it's like, you know what I'm saying? How far are you willing to, because I've had surgery, I've had fights before. One of my fights actually, you know, ran into some trouble with a fight that I had scheduled, you know, a while back, you know, several months ago. You know, and I had to get tests ran on my eyes. And I had to get a laser, I had to have eye surgery. It was a whole thing, bro. So I understand, like, if you really did go through you know, we'll have to see as the video plays out, bro. It's kind of, I haven't seen this video. I don't know what type of paperwork is going on. People claiming that the paperwork's fake. But, you know, I'm not willing to go that far and say that it's fake. Anything could happen, bro. But it just gets to a certain point where it's like, how far are you really willing to take this, Tom? Like, you know, I don't think this is a severe enough injury to, like, keep going on and on about it. That's my only problem with it, bro. It just feels like Tom Aspinall, I don't want to say he's being a crybaby about the situation, But it's like, bro, you coming out with the sunglasses on, and I just get this sense, bro, that it's just like he's trying so hard to prove to the fans and prove to the UFC that it was a bad eye poke. Like, bro, we get it, bro. You know, we don't really want to hear too much of like the eye poke no more, bro. Just dead it, my guy. Like, just dead it, bro. And for everybody that has Tom Aspinall's back, like, bro, really look at this picture, bro. I mean, I've never seen somebody take an eye poke this far. And it's cool that y'all have his back, bro. But you gotta like really step back and take a look at and stop and just analyze how this looks, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, and I'm not talking about the eye poke. I'm talking about analyze how the fight looked. It was not going his way. You could say all you want. Oh, well, Tom Aspinall was, you know, he was holding his own and, you know, he was landing shots. But it's not about that, bro. He had pain on his face. You know what I'm saying? He shot for a takedown. Couldn't take Cyril Gane down. There were certain things about the fight that just was not going his way. It just seemed like he had to try extra hard to, you know what I'm saying? To land a punch or even get close. And it didn't even look like Cyril Gane had really kicked it into second gear yet, bro. On top of that, he got back to the corner and they're like, yo, can you see? He's like, no, I can't see. But the whole time he got the cloth over his eye. He didn't even check. How you going to check if you can see? But the whole time you got the cloth over your eye. On top of that, you was saying you can't see before the clock even started, bro. Before they even gave you your 5 minutes, you was already saying you can't see. There's just stuff that's not adding up for him to be acting like this is what I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I like Tom Aspinall. I think he's the second coming at the heavyweight division, bro. That's why I'm saying, like, bro, you don't really need to go this route, bro. Specifically you, Tom Aspinall, because we would have just been better off just, yeah, my eyes really messed up. I still can't see. Like, it's like he's trying to prove it too much, bro. Come out and say, I'll see you guys next year, still dealing with my eye, and just be done with it. But then once you start going on and on, like, now he backstage at the hospital, he bringing us behind the scenes at the hospital, asking the doctor over and over, how's my eye? The doctor tells him, oh, there's nothing crazy going on with your eye, bro. You know, just give it some rest. It's like, bro, he wants us to believe so bad that it's like a severe injury, bro. It's like it's gonna be hard to do that with an eye poke, bro. Like, you didn't break a bone. There's no surgery going on. You didn't tear a ligament. Like, there's none of that. So it's like it's gonna be hard to try to just convince people, because it's like when you break a bone or you tear, let's say you tear your ACL, right? Boom. Hey, I gotta get surgery. Here's the X-ray. That's all you really need to prove to people, because we know that's a severe injury. But with an eye poke, it's like, bro, you're going to have to keep going and going and going and going and going in order to prove to people it's a real live, like, bad injury. You know what I'm saying? I personally think he should just dead it, get a date, and move towards the date, bro. Like, just dead it. This is not the type of injury where people are going to, like, yay, Tom, you overcame your eye poke. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just kind of like, I don't want to say corny, because if people say, anytime somebody gets injured, it's not corny. I don't want to say corny, but it's just like, it's just kind of like played out, bro. It's played out. This is not something that's going to keep you out of the UFC or keep you from fighting for the next year or two, bro. It's just not one of those injuries, bro. And I feel like he's trying to make it seem like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, man. Let's see what else he got to say.
The right eye, still ongoing. We are going to stick the diagnosis from the doctor on this video. It's also available on Instagram if you want to check it out. Look,
What? I didn't catch that.
there'll be haters out there disagreeing with it or whatever. All the eye experts out there, I'm sure, will have their own opinion, but this is what's going on.
Get y'all weights out, man.
What did you feel when you first got eye poked?
Well, I actually got eye poked twice in the fight. First one wasn't too bad. He got warned for it. The second one, obviously, Cyril Gane tried to make my head a bowling ball with the double eye poke, knuckle deep in both. So yeah, wouldn't recommend it at all.
How did you feel the fight was going before the eye poke?
I felt like the fight was going okay. It was going pretty much to plan. I think that, look, there was this big notion in the media.
Okay, bro. Here's the problem that we have in the MMA universe nowadays with the whole eye post thing, bro. What MMA fans, what y'all need to understand, which I don't hear nobody else saying, there is absolutely no way that you can prevent eye pokes. It's not gonna happen, bro. This is a sport where we're hitting each other in the face with open gloves, meaning your fingers are exposed. That's never going to happen. It doesn't matter what kind of gloves you use. It doesn't matter if you take away fighters' purses. It doesn't matter if you take away points. Eye pokes are still going to happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying, what's a good analogy? That's like saying, oh, how are we going to stop headbutts? Bro, we're literally shooting in face first for takedowns, bro, in real speed, in game speed, bro. Y'all know what I mean when I say game speed? Okay, in practice, you got sparring, right? You're going practice speed, which is like 50%. Sometimes you may ramp it up to 60, right? Maybe 2 weeks out from your fight, you ramp it up to 75, 80. But it's still practice speed, bro, so you can watch out for stuff like that. But in game speed, when you're under them lights, bro, it's moving too fast, bro. That's a natural defense, bro. To get away from a punch, you're not going to go like this every single time trying to get away from a punch. Or maybe you're trying to push your opponent off. You're not going to push them off like this because it's unnatural to push somebody off with your fist, bro. You're going to push them off with your hands. You know what I'm saying? That's not a natural movement. It's to be doing this all the time, bro. You're going to have your hands open, bro, because it's more natural. And you have a natural open-handed glove to put on with your fingers exposed, bro. You can move your fingers however you want. So people calling Cyril Gane a cheater, it doesn't make any sense. That's part of his style, bro. He's a Muay Thai fighter. In Muay Thai, they don't use a lot of head movement. They either stand their base, stand their ground, and check, block. But part of their defense is they go like this, bro, to get away from stuff. They go like this. That's Muay Thai, bro. That's how they fight. It's a real martial art defensive tactic. It's never gonna happen, bro. People need to stop with this just putting that cheater label on everybody, bro. When you're in a full-fledged fight with somebody trying to put you to sleep, do y'all understand if you get hit in the wrong spot, you get put to sleep, your head could bounce off the canvas, like a bunch of traumatic stuff could happen to your head. Don't nobody want that to happen to him, bro. Like, what are y'all talking about? Cyril Gane's a cheater, and bro, Cyril Gane did not do nothing on purpose, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just the natural ebbs and flows of the fight, bro. You know, sometimes when people defend punches and kicks, they open their hand, bro. It's just a natural thing that happens, bro. Now, if they're doing it over and over again in every single fight, I mean, they're doing it 6, 7 times in every single fight, then yeah, you probably should have a talk with them. But some people, bro, some fighters, that's just the way they fight. That's how they defend punches, bro. Even in boxing, that's how certain guys defend punches. It's a legit defense, bro. Y'all got it. You do your research, bro.
Before that, I'm just going to run through Cyril Gane. Look, I might look like an idiot. Sometimes I might even talk like an idiot. But when it comes to fighting, I know what I'm talking about. And I know that Cyril Gane is a tough matchup for me. Really good defensively. I knew that if we want to break the fight down a little bit, Cyril's got really good defence. He moves really, really well on his feet. I knew that I have to stand in range and take a few punches from Cyril to be able to land my own shots. We knew that. That was happening. I had a bloody nose. Look, any of my sparring partners know, you only have to look at that thing.
I think it's a bit red now as well, isn't it?
It might be a bit red today, yeah. Got the old Rudolph thing going on.
It's not broken though, just to be clear.
No, my nose isn't broken, but I have broke my nose about 3 or 4 times in my life. So, look, touch me in the nose, it'll bleed. Yeah, nosebleeds happen in fights. Yeah, was he hitting me with a few jabs? Yes. Was I hitting him with a few shots as well? Yes. I thought it was going to be a 5-round fight. Go and look at my pre-fight stuff. I knew this was going to be a long and tough fight. I think that every fight I go into, and I really respect my opponent, especially Cyril. I think there's this notion with the media and maybe the fans that Cyril's not very good, which is just complete bullshit. I think that he's really, really good. He's super talented. He's been at the top of division for a number of years, which is not easy to do. He's been an interim champion himself. He's obviously had 2 title shots for the undisputed title as well. So I think the guy's really good. I've took him extremely, extremely seriously. The fact that people expect it to be an easy fight, I don't read into that at all. I think I'm prepared for a really, really hard fight. I felt like the first half of the round, you know, he caught me a couple of times with a couple of jabs, a couple of leg kicks, but towards the back end of the round, I was putting him in a couple of dangerous spots.
All right, Tom. I got to stop you right there, brother. To clarify, yeah, he may have said that before the fight. He may have said, oh, you know, it's going to be a tough fight either way, which way it goes. But Tom Aspinall, bro, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all remember the interview where he did, right? In his pre-fight interview where he was like, where they were like, hey, Tom, Cyril Gane said he's going to take you to deep waters. And Tom Aspinall was basically like, his response was, most people that say that get knocked out in the first round. Go do your research. You don't remember saying that, Tom Aspinall? Like, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. The performance that Tom Aspinall had, look, let me tell you what happened, bro. And there's a lot of fighters who fall victim to this, bro. There's a bunch of fighters that fall victim to this. When you're fighting someone, when you are fighting someone that you are supposed to beat, a lot of times, bro, those fights end up being your toughest fight, bro. And a lot of the time, it's because you didn't prepare the way you were supposed to prepare for him, because you underestimated him. You know? That's why they say never underestimate your competition, bro. Don't do that. Don't underestimate people, bro. Because when you underestimate your opponent, you innately, unintentionally, like psychologically, like your body just doesn't want to prepare as hard as you would for like someone who's considered to be like the fight of your career, one of the toughest fights of your career. You're not gonna prepare for them the same that you would someone like that, bro. That's just not how it works, bro. So that's why they say that's why they always say don't even get into the mindset. Don't even get into the mindset of underestimating your opponent. And I think that's what happened. I think the fight turned out to be a lot harder than he expected. I think people were hyping up his grappling like, oh, John Jones did it, so you should be able to take him down too. Bro, you and John Jones are 2 completely different wrestlers, bro. 2 completely different fighters. John Jones is a world-class wrestler, bro. The dude's been wrestling since he was a little kid, bro. I know you do the whole jiu-jitsu thing and you're black belt in jiu-jitsu. Bro, taking people, big boys, like the ones you about to be fighting, it's a whole different ball game, bro. Especially like Cyril Gane, bro. He's big and athletic, bro. He's bigger than you and more athletic than you, bro. There's no way you thought you just going to put your hands on him, he going to fall down and let you, like, no, bro. It's going to be a tougher fight than that, bro. Come on, let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way you thought you were just going to take him down like John Jones. And you don't think his takedown defense got any better. Don't get me wrong. I think if they do rematch, it's going to be a completely different fight. Because I think if even in that first fight, I think if Tom Aspinall had at least gotten Cyril Gane down to the ground, it would have been a different fight. But the point is that he couldn't get him there, bro. That was the problem in the first fight. He didn't fight for the takedown. He was just like, whatever, I'll stay on the feet. Because his last couple fights, he's been doing good on the feet. He should have never abandoned his ground game versus Cyril Gane, bro. That was his biggest mistake. He should have fought for the takedown a couple more times. I think if Tom Aspinall had actually taken Cyril Gane down, he would have had a much easier time keeping him there. But the whole point was just like, you gotta get him on the ground first, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it was the same thing with Francis Ngannou. He struggled trying to take him down, but after a while, like, you know, they got a little bit more fatigued. Francis Ngannou took him down. He just kept taking him down, bro, and he was able to control him. You know, I think if Francis Ngannou can control Cyril Gane on the ground, bro, Tom Aspinall could definitely control him on the ground, bro. I think he knows that now. In the rematch, I think it's going to be a way different fight. I think Tom Aspinall's probably going to watch him. Just off the grappling, bro. Just off the wrestling, you know? Drill a couple, bro. Just grab a single leg, bro. Why do I feel like so many like bigger guys, they want to go for that single? Like, go watch Merab, bro. Go watch Merab fight. He does not go for double legs, bro. Every once in a while he will, but he's about like, all right, we get in close quarters, I'm gonna just grab your leg, bro. I'm gonna just grab your leg. That's a takedown, bro. Snap down, bro, on that single leg, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think if he just uses a couple basic single leg techniques, bro, he could get Cyril Gane down and contain him, bro. You know, but if you stay on the feet with Cyril Gane, Tom Aspinall, I'm here to let you know right now, the fight will not change, bro. You better not go into that rematch thinking, well, I'm hearing from sources that they trying to make Cyril Gane versus Alex Pereira for the interim title because Tom Aspinall talking about his eye, bro. He can't fight. So we might not see Tom Aspinall till 2027, bro. Straight up. Then I'm being 100% honest. They are literally, I am hearing what, I'm going to go over this in a separate video, but I'm hearing talks about a Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane interim title fight because Tom Aspinall don't want the rematch right now, bro. You know, and it's crazy to think that freaking Alex Pereira might be the first triple champion, bro, and he don't have no wrestling, bro. You know, and Tom Aspinall got all the attributes, but it's just looking like it might not happen. And we know Alex Pereira gonna stand and trade. You could poke Alex Pereira eye out the socket, bro. He gonna stand and trade, bro. He done been injured for every short notice fight that he's appeared in, bro, and he finds a way, bro. You know, Tom Aspinall, you need to look at him and try to like get some sort of motivation from that, bro. Because, bro, don't let Alex Pereira take your spot, bro. You know. But let's see what else Tom Aspinall got to say, bro.
Did you think he did it on purpose?
So, I think that when it initially happened...
You can't say that, bro. Come on, have some respect, bro.
I didn't really think much of it. I thought, accidental eye poke, whatever. Look, when I watched the fight back, that's when I really got the gist of what's going on. The guy was trying to poke my eyes out all the way through that round. Multiple exchanges, nearly every exchange that I could put him in danger. He had his fingers out pointing towards my eyes. Have a look at this clip and let me know what you think, if you agree, because it's hard to disagree when you got footage like this. The guy was cheating from the first second, and the way that he wanted to win that fight was to have me compromised by cheating.
We found a video of basically from that first round with Gane's sort of finger pokes. Just want you to watch it if you can see, and just sort of explain what's going on.
Two.
I'm gonna make this a little bit big. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger for y'all.
4. 5.
So what have you just seen there?
I've just seen that every time his hand comes out, it does this. And it's wrong.
Have you heard from Cyril Gane at all, or any contact or anything post-fight?
Nope.
Nice guy.
And your thoughts on him at the moment?
My thoughts on him, I think
Bro.
he's a cheater. I think that...
Whoa, Tom Aspinall, bro. You are really living up to your name, Tom Aspinall, bro. That was an ass take right there, bro. I am not gonna lie. So now you're trying to take away from the man's character because you got eye poked legitimately one time. When I say legitimately, only one eye poke was called, bro. You got eye poked multiple times. So why you didn't step up and say anything the rest of the time that he eye poked you, bro? Now when it's convenient for you, you want to bring up the eye pokes, bro. This is my problem with Tom Aspinall, bro. This is my problem. I was okay with everything that he said in this clip up until what he just said right there, bro. Now you're calling Cyril Gane a cheater, bro. Now you're calling Cyril Gane a cheater, bro. Like, really? That's the equivalent of Cyril Gane coming out and be like, oh, he's a crybaby. He, like, bro, come on, bro. Like, have some class, bro. Have some class. Nobody won. Nobody lost. There was literally no need to take it there, bro. Now you're trying to like switch the narrative and make it seem like he's a cheater, bro, because deep down inside, you know that you took a way out, bro. You know that you took a way out. You know that you quit, bro. If you didn't quit, right? If you didn't quit, then tell me why. And mind y'all, this is the first heavyweight title fight to end via eye poke. The first one ever, bro. There's never been a heavyweight title fight to ever end on an eye poke, meaning the referee jumps in and stops the entire contest. The referee jumps in and stops the entire fight, the entire main event. We got all this money, all this motion, all this excitement bubbling. It's bubbling up, bro. It's about to blow the roof off. And then, boom, the referee comes in with a needle and pops the balloon like, you are the cause of this, Tom Aspinall. It was not Cyril Gane, bro. If you're the heavyweight champion of the world, you're supposed to take, no matter what the adversity is, head on. You're supposed to be the baddest man on the planet, and this is my belief, bro. Daniel Cormier got his eye almost literally, bro, his eye had a big old thing over it, bro. Couldn't see. He continued. Right? That was a title fight. Then you had Adesanya just fought versus Imavov. He continued after the eye poke. We done seen Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje. He got eye poked, what, 3 times? Eye split open. He continued, bro. There's a bunch more examples that I could give you, bro, of guys who have continued with an eye poke. Your own countryman, Michael freaking Bisping, bro, got his eye poked out the socket, and he continued. So Michael Bisping got his eye poked out the socket. He set the bar for y'all. If you ever get eye poked, this is what you do in a title fight, bro. This is what you do in the main event. He got his eye poked out the socket for you to get eye poked, not check your vision immediately as soon as you get back to the corner before the clock stops. Before the clock starts for you to recover. You get 5 minutes to recover after an eye poke. You didn't even wait for the clock to start before you started saying, oh, my eye, I can't see. You didn't even wait, bro. You know what I'm saying? Cyril Gane is well within his right to come out and say, you threw that win away, bro. You ran. Like, you was not trying to squabble. You was not trying to fight, bro. If you gonna call him a cheater, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't shade, bro. It's a fist fight, bro. Of all the dirty tactics that someone could do in a fist fight, you're mad at him because he unintentionally eye poked you, bro? Come on, bro. He didn't hit you with a 12-6 elbow. He didn't kick you in the nuts. He wasn't holding the fence. He wasn't grabbing the inside of your glove. None of that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Have some pride, bro. Y'all get out y'all weights, man. Wow! Oh my gosh! Bro! This is crazy! I didn't even know, bro, because this is my first time seeing this video, bro. This is literally my first time seeing this video. Let me rewind this for y'all, bro. I done played it without putting it on the screen. What am I watching right now, bro?
I think he's a big cheater. I
think he's a big cheater.
Look at all his fights.
Look at all his fights. And now he's bringing up clips of Cyril Gane supposedly cheating all over the place. Okay, some of these are bad, I ain't gonna lie.
Open your eye. I can hardly open my eye.
That dirty.
Bro. But it's like, bro, none of those Bro, some of those shots, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. When you're trying to finish a fight and somebody's hurt, bro, anybody in here that fights knows sometimes certain shots creep to the back of the head. If they're turning their shoulder, turning their head towards the cage, what are you supposed to do?
Even John Jones.
Like, bro, do y'all understand what I'm saying? I get where Tom Aspinall is coming from, bro. I get where he's coming from. He's trying to say there's a pattern of cheating here, bro. But all of these fights that he's showing, bro, we can start from the beginning of when he's trying to take Cyril Gane's character as a fighter away from him. That's a fight-ending sequence. Another fight-ending sequence. Side of the head. Another fight-ending sequence. He had already hurt him. Another fight-ending sequence, bro. Every single thing that Tom Aspinall showed in this little snippet, trying to like belittle Cyril Gane and take away from his character as a fighter, claim that he's a cheater, and all these clips, most of them, if not 80 to 90% of the clips in this freaking thing, in this snippet that he just showed, they're literally all fight-ending sequences, bro. When you're in a fight-ending sequence, and anybody who has fought knows exactly what I'm talking about, bro. When you are ending a fight and they turn their head towards the cage, meaning you're on the inside towards the middle of the octagon, you're on the inside, they are literally looking at the crowd. What else are you supposed to hit? It's either you don't hit them because you don't want to cheat, because you don't want to, like, oh, I don't want to hit him in the back of the head, or you try to end the fight, bro. What are you talking about? That's what people do. That's what fighters do when they're hurt. They look for any way that they can protect themselves. A lot of times, they bury their head in their arms. Like the Derek Lewis finish. A lot of times, they start looking off to the side. What do you want the man to do? You want Cyril Gane to just let him run off? You want him to just let him recover? He's trying to end the fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's just digging for you. He's reaching, bro.
When you try to open your eye.
Tom Aspinall is reaching, y'all. And you cannot tell me that he's not reaching.
How they open my eye?
I'm sorry, bro.
The dirty.
Like, you realize starting beef for no reason, bro.
Even the GOAT himself.
Most people in this situation, right? Most people, they either fully support Tom Aspinall, or they feel like he did maybe take a way out, but at the same time, he did get eye poked pretty bad. Like, I'm one of those people. I do feel like he took a way out, but I'm not bashing him for it. Like, oh, you're a crybaby, pussy, da-da-da-da-da, woo-dee-woo. No, bro, because it's a fight, bro. If he feels like he can't fight, I'm like, cool, don't fight then, bro. I don't care. You don't want in there. If you don't want to fight, don't fight, bro. It's a fist fight. What do we look like? Trying to force someone to fight. Did I feel like after the fact, oh, Tom Aspinall's a wussy? I feel like he's a wuss? Of course. And I even made a post about, I'm like, bro, of all the people, bro, we should have, bro, how is it Tom Aspinall, bro? We were all thinking to ourselves, this has got to be the baddest dude on the planet. We ran through people. But we were fooled. I did feel like he took a way out, bro. But I'm not bashing him for it. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, if you got eye poke, cool. It is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? But when he comes out with stuff like this, trying to, like, bash someone's character and he's literally calling him a cheater, by the way. He's calling Cyril Gane a cheater. This is a fighter calling another fighter that they just fought and have potential to fight in the future. Maybe he's trying to build up the fight. But, bro, you can't do that, bro. You can't call him a cheater, bro. Come on, bro. Y'all had a good first round, bro. If anything, it was just a misunderstanding. If anything, it was an accident, bro. The first eye poke of the fight. There have been fights where multiple eye pokes happen, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we talking about? With this past event that just happened, who fought? And there was multiple eye pokes. Ian Gary versus Bilal. There was like 3 eye pokes, bro. You don't hear Bilal come out saying he's a cheater. Like, come on, bro. The first eye poke and you left the arena. Like, come on, bro. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Don't blame your loss on one eye poke, bro. That's crazy.
Fought him. that Cyril Gane's a cheater and uses dirty tactics.
I've noticed in a lot of Cyril Gane's fights, he hits people in the back of the head quite a bit, and I didn't want any type of dirty play happening on such a big night.
Blue, John Jones is in black. Seemed like he ate an early kick on the groin, 7 seconds in.
What about punishment for the foul?
It's a tough one, isn't it? I've seen obviously there's been a lot of discussion on eye pokes and fouls since. The referee himself said pre-fight that the best thing about fouling is it works. That's Jason Herzog's words, not my words.
The best part about fouling, right, is that it works. So the best thing you can do is like keep your head in the game, and I'll do everything I can to manage.
Yeah, you see guys like Derek Lewis coming out saying, you know, if you're tired, kick him in the nuts, poke him in the eyes, do something that'll give you a little break, because there's basically no punishment for it.
So I told my coach if that happens, like in the fight with him, then I'm gonna knee him in the nuts on purpose.
Things need to change.
He's literally
in the sport
reaching
of
so
MMA
hard
when it
at
comes
this
to
point,
fouls.
bro. That he's using
I mean, he had Tom
fighters.
bloodied up. And
He's literally reaching. Tom Aspinall is literally reaching so hard at this point, bro, that he's using clips of other fighters that we know are like sarcastic fighters, like Derek Lewis. What that clip that he just showed off the Joe Rogan podcast, bro? That's satire, bro. He's being sarcastic, bro, and you're trying to use that as like. Look, here's another example of like people that think cheating is okay. No, bro. Stop trying to support your false claim on Cyril Gane calling him a cheater, bro. We already said Cyril Gane was wrong. Now you're trying to prove. This is what I was saying at the beginning. Everything about this dude is just him trying to prove this, prove that. Oh, I got eye poked. You trying to. Bro, we get it. We know that Cyril Gane was wrong. We know you got eye poked, bro. We don't need the proof. We don't need you to add names, and it's just like, bro, you're doing it way too much, bro. It's weird.
And you know, Tom didn't want to continue in the fight. So
over an eye
who
poke.
gives it?
What do you think about Dana White?
You know, Tom didn't want to continue in the fight. So who gives it?
Dana was pissed, bro. Look at his face, bro. Look at his face.
Who gives it?
He's like, well, I'm so mad we even brought up John Jones. Wow. This is ridiculous. This is so ridiculous, bro. How is this going to end up? Wow. This is our heavyweight champion. For fuck's sake. That's what he's thinking, bro. Dana is not happy at all, bro, with this whole Tom Aspinall situation, bro. And the thing about Dana, he's a master at, like, saying how he feels without saying how he feels. I love it. I love it. Because we all know how he feels by him.
What do you think about Dana White saying Tom didn't continue? And then also, who gives a shit to eye pokes?
Well, listen, I didn't continue. I'll tell you why I didn't continue. Because I'm not a f***ing dummy. Like, I'm not going to go out there and fight one of the best strikers in the world if I can't see.
With double vision.
With any eye. Look, I know.
Tom Aspinall, I know that you may think that you sound like super smart by saying that. Well, I'm not a dummy. I'm not going to go fight one of the best strikers in the world. You sound so, I don't want to say beta, bro, because that's just so, but you sound so inferior by saying that, bro. There's so many things that you're saying right now that we don't need to know. That's my problem with this whole thing, bro. There was no need to even say that, like, because what happens if it happens again? You're going to use that same excuse? So I'm not going to fight one of the best strikers. I'm not going to fight one of the best grapplers in the world if I can't see. What if it happens again? That's like a real scenario, bro. You know, you're coming out telling people, oh, I have a problem with eye pokes. What if you're beating someone real bad? They eye poke you. You gonna not continue? That's why saying stuff like this could actually catch up to you, bro. Just shut your fucking mouth. What's wrong with this dude, bro?
He's just like digging just digging and digging and digging a deeper grave for himself, bro. It's like, bro, do you want to, like, what do you want, bro? Do you want, like, say, oh, Ciryl didn't even say anything to me. He didn't even apologize. Bro, it's a fist fight, dog. What are you talking about? We both signed a contract, gang. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But as I was saying, bro, here's the problem, bro. You may think that you're super smart and witty for saying something like that, but bro, here's the big point right here, bro. There have been other fighters that you have compared to yourself to. Yeah, you Tom Aspinall, there have been other fighters that you've compared yourself to and called out that have done that. Buddy. Yeah, go look up Alexander Gustafsson versus John Jones. Number 1, the first fight, not the second fight where he smoked him. John Jones versus Gustafsson, number 1. John Jones' whole left side of his face, or whole right side of his face, one of his eyes was completely shut closed, bro. There have been other fighters that the world regards as badass fighters that you have compared yourself to, right? Alex Pereira. Broken foot. He had a broken foot. Came in on short notice. Got the job done. You've compared yourself to him. There's been talks about a fight with him. Now you're coming out saying, I'm not going to continue to fight. And I'm telling you right now, if you think fans around the world, especially casuals, heard the beginning part of that sentence, the beginning part of that phrase, of that statement that you just made, they did not, bro. All they heard you say was, I'm not going to continue to fight. I'm telling you, not 80% of the fans out there do not care what the reasoning is, bro, nor will they remember, bro. All they are going to remember is you saying, I am not willing to fight, or in this scenario, forget the scenario, they ain't going to remember it. I am not willing to fight. I am not willing to continue fighting. I am not going to continue fighting. Because we are young, bro. Another situation just like this might happen again. Like, bro, way to get your fans and the UFC to trust in you, bro. That's not something you say. You dummy. What is wrong with this dude? Even if you're not going to continue, in your head, maybe that's what you're thinking. Why would you come out on your platform? You're the heavyweight champion of the world. Why would you come out and say that, bro? You should be trying to convince not just yourself, but everybody around you. No, I'm the biggest and the baddest, bro. You could chop my foot off, chop my head off. I'm going to keep fighting, bro. What? Me? Quit? Nah, I'm the baddest man on the planet. What are you talking about? But instead, you do the opposite, bro. I'm not going to fight him. What? What do I look like? The heavyweight champion? Yeah, you do. You are the heavyweight champion, bro. Act like it, dog. What are we talking about, bro? It's the UFC, man. Lock in.
As an MMA fighter, look, things are going to happen in the fight that compromise you. Go back and watch my fight with Arlovsky. The end of the first round, he punched me right in the eyeball.
Final 20 seconds of the first
round. Y'all get y'all.
Right from Arlovsky.
Y'all get y'all weight
the rest
time,
of that fight, I couldn't see him.
That was a good fight. I like
that's
that.
fine. If you get punched or kicked in the eye, that's fine. If you get double eye poked in both eyes and you've got no vision because of a foul, why should I carry on? So some dummy can look and say, oh yeah, Tom just got knocked out. Because I ain't going to fight if I can't see anything because of a foul. If it's an illegal move, we have to fight through it. That's what we do as fighters. But when it's a foul, why am I going to put my health at risk when I can't see at all?
So you're not too happy then on what the president of the organisation is saying towards it?
Well, what do you think?
Tom didn't want to continue in the fight, so.
Look, we all know who is at fault here. What the f***?
Bro, I'm just saying this, bro. Bringing up Dana's name in this little interview, little skit that you're doing, bro, is not a smart move, bro. You know, you about to become public enemy #1, bro. Just chill, bro.
Talking about, huh?
And off the back of that, Tom, what have the UFC said?
Hunter Campbell.
It's like he's trying to play the victim, bro. It's like he's trying to play the victim. He blaming everybody else in the situation. except for himself, bro. Nobody is going to feel bad for you in this situation, bro, because it was a fist fight, bro. Blame what happened, not the eye poke, but the result of the match on yourself. You made that conscious decision to quit, bro, to stop fighting. And I'm not knocking you as a fighter or your personality, but bro, that is legitimately what you did, bro. And you're mad at Dana White for saying what you did. You did not want to continue fighting, bro. It just shows a massive insecurity that you have with what happened that night. And what happened that night is a result of what you wanted. You are the one who requested to not fight, bro. They tried to make you not let you, they tried to get you to not do that. But you didn't want that, bro. We've already come to the conclusion that the fault is completely 100% Cyril Gane's for eye poking you, bro. But now here you go, taking everything completely out of context. It's like, bro, he's trying to defend himself against every single thing that happened that night. There's no need for that, bro.
He's just said if he can help out in any way with doctors and stuff like that, that's what they'll do.
When do you think you can start training again?
Look, it's not up to me. It's up to the doctors. At the minute, I ain't allowed to do nothing, so I'm just following advice at the moment.
What's next?
What's next for me right now is there's talk of surgery on the ice. We've got to see how it goes over the next few weeks. Obviously that's down to the specialists and stuff, but I'm not in the gym training at the moment. I'm not doing anything MMA wise at the moment. I'm just following the doctor's orders right now and seeing what happens with the health.
And obviously you've been a massive help to the UFC. You've taken a fight on 2 weeks' notice. You've taken a fight in the middle of the night. Been backup fighter for Jones versus Miocic, and then obviously the whole John Jones saga. How do you sort of see this going forward for yourself with the UFC?
I think right now we just got to focus on the health, innit? We just got to get everything back to normal, follow the doctor's orders, and that's all I can control right now. So we'll cross that bridge when I'm feeling better and everything's right.
What are you left feeling after the fight?
Well, look, if you were sidelined from doing your job for like 15 months, not allowed to do anything, you train your ass off for 6 months for a fight, then to get double eye pokes, be left with no vision for nearly 6 weeks because of an illegal move. How do you think I feel? Not feeling fantastic, have I?
Obviously you've just said there you're not sure on what to expect, but when do you think you can start training again?
I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. I'm obviously very keen to get back and beat this guy up, but I've got to be 100% right, so whenever the eye's good to go, that's when I'll do it.
That was the interview from Tom Aspinall, bro. His first official, real response to everything that happened against Cyril Gane in the title fight. My takeaways, bro, you know, this is just me being real. When you first initially, here's my problem, bro. Another problem I have with this whole situation. When we initially looked, right, as fight fans and critics and analysts and all this crazy stuff, YouTubers, Instagram, TikTok, everybody is looking at the heavyweight title fight. Everybody. You know, I don't care what nobody says. When you're talking about combat sports, the heavyweight division is the most premier division, right? The biggest hitters, right? So we're all looking at this fight. He gets eye poked. He goes back to his corner. My immediate reaction to any sort of injury, especially on the face, is, okay, I need to see how bad this looks so that if the doctor stops it, you know, I want to be able to judge, like, how bad is this? Like, is it really worthy of being stopped? You know what I'm saying? And in my initial reaction, bro, when I looked at his eye, I saw absolutely no swelling, you know, right after the fight. From what I could see, because he refused to remove the towel so we could see his eye. Then it went from the towel to his hand. He was covering his eye. And I'm like, bro, what is he doing, bro? Like, let everybody see. But from what I could see, it didn't look like there was any swelling, bro. There was no blood. There was no cuts. We've seen in multiple fights where if you get gouged in your eye bad enough, like Bilal versus Edwards, there was blood coming from his eye. There was a big old gouge in his eye. Michael Bisping, there was blood pouring. Daniel Cormier, his eye swelled shut. He couldn't see. You know what I'm saying? We didn't see any of that from Tom Aspinall. Then the next day, or that night when he got to the hospital, his hand had finally moved away from his eye, and there was nothing there, bro. Maybe a little bit of redness inside of his eye, but there was no cut. There was nothing, bro. They had him and his dad. They asked the doctor, the eye doctor, you know, is there anything bad going on? The doctor said, no, your vision is, you know, it's nothing catastrophic. There's nothing super bad. Just take some time off, rest. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, yeah, this dude really took a, you know, a way out, you know? Now as time's gone on, we're still barely seeing the eye. And that's my whole problem with this whole situation. It's like, bro, eventually you gotta let the fans see what's going on, bro. We don't want to see clips from that night anymore, bro. Of, you know, you on the eye scanner thing. Like, remove the glasses, let us see, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's trying to hide it when he's in our face, but then he's doing little snippets and cuts and scenes of his eye getting looked at. It's like I said before, earlier on in the video, he's trying to prove this and that and this and that. Like, you know, just like, bro, just give it up, bro. You know, be the big, bad, strong guy, bro. We don't need to hear, you know, if the injury is severe enough, you know, I think it makes sense to update people frequently about it. But I don't think getting eye poked is one of those injuries, bro. Am I the only one? Like, I don't know, man. That's it for me. You know, this has been a long video. We got a lot of we got to see a lot into what's really going on with Tom Aspinall. I do not predict that he's going to come back anytime soon. Y'all let me know down in the comment section. Do y'all think Tom Aspinall will fight soon, or you think it's going to take him a while to recover? Also, let me know, what side do you stand on, bro? Are you on the side of, yo, Ciryl Gane's a cheater, this is all his fault? Or are you on the side, like, you know, kind of like with me, like, you know, there's no need to really be saying all this stuff, bro. Heal up. You know, you realistically, you did, you know, you're the result. You're the reason why the fight stopped. You didn't want to continue. You know, Ciryl Gane may be the reason why you got eye poked. You know, he did eye poke you. That's his fault. But at the same time, you didn't continue. Whether or not you can see or not is not the problem, bro. It's not the problem because there has been other fighters who have done it. You know what I'm saying? You cannot be mad at people for seeing other people do it and then expect for you, the heavyweight champion, to do it as well. You can't be mad at that, bro. That's just the way the fight game goes, bro. But that's it for me, man. Y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And as always, stay positive. Stay motivated. Stay inspired, baby. Got a little swoller today, too. Bah.